News when you want it with Bloomberg News Now. I'm Erica Herskowitz. The government may be back open, but uncertainty over economic data and whether or not the Fed will cut interest rates next month sends stocks lower on Wall Street today. The Dow fell 798 points, down 1 2/3%. The Nasdaq lost 536 points, down more than 2.25%. The S&P lost 113 points, down 1.65%. The 10-year Treasury yield at 4.11%. The 2-year Treasury yield at 3.59%. President Trump signed legislation to end the longest shutdown in U.S. history last night, but it could still take a while for the federal bureaucracy to fully restart. U.S. top economic advisor Kevin Hassett said today the October jobs report will not include the unemployment rate. Hassett also said federal workers should receive back pay as soon as next week. Meanwhile, as of right now, traders are pricing in about even odds that the Fed will cut rates next month. Federal Reserve Bank of San Francisco President Mary Daly says she's keeping an open mind when it comes to December's rate call. Speaking at the Institute of International and European Affairs, Daly said it's too soon to decide whether policymakers should lower interest rates when they gather next month.
What's more important is to say the direction of change in policy is looking like it be towards neutral.
Federal Reserve Bank of San Francisco President Mary Daly. Fed Chair Jerome Powell said last month the reduction is not a foregone conclusion, with the decision to be premised on incoming information. Some traders may be concerned that the omission of key data due to the shutdown may bolster arguments for officials to stand pat. A former U.S. Treasury Secretary and a top Wall Street lawyer each exchanged emails with convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein that criticized President Trump. That's according to documents released by House Democrats Wednesday. In one exchange, Larry Summers predicted to Epstein that Trump's world would collapse. Summers complained to the disgraced financier about what he characterized as harsh treatment of an unnamed man who hit on a few women. Summers is a paid Bloomberg contributor. Job cuts are on the way at Verizon, which plans to slash about 15,000 jobs in the next week. It would be the telecom giant's biggest round of layoffs ever. The report says Verizon is also turning around 200 stores into franchises, which would take the workers off its payroll. Shares in Boeing were little changed after union workers voted to accept the company's latest 5-year contract offer. The move ends the second longest strike in Boeing's 106-year history. The 3,200 union members will be back on the job next week. Meanwhile, shares of Disney slumped more than 7%. The entertainment giant says costs from upcoming blockbusters will weigh on its results next quarter. Its latest sales fell short of estimates, too, but Bloomberg Intelligence media analyst Geetha Ranganathan says Disney's streaming business stands out.
People do go to different platforms for specific pieces of content that they want to watch. And, Disney, of course, has that tremendous depth and breadth. I mean, whether you're looking at, children's content on Disney Plus, more adult-focused content on Hulu, or sports content on ESPN, they are the one service that actually has it all.
Geetha Ranganathan with Bloomberg Intelligence. Overall revenue last quarter was little changed at $22.5 billion. Analysts were looking for a slight improvement. Earnings per share did beat. Tesla says it's developing support for Apple's CarPlay system in its vehicles as it works to add one of the most highly requested features by customers. The CarPlay platform, long supported by other automakers, shows users a version of the iPhone software that's optimized for vehicle infotainment systems. It's considered a must-have option by many drivers. Adding CarPlay would mark a stunning reversal for Tesla and CEO Elon Musk, who long ignored pleas to implement the popular feature. Tesla shares closed down nearly 7% today. And U.S. airlines are working to recover from the government shutdown as they prepare for the busy Thanksgiving holiday travel period. The U.S. Transportation Department and Federal Aviation Administration have started rolling back ordered flight cuts across 40 major U.S. airports, and cancellations have subsided from the shutdown peaks. Ensuring air traffic controllers get back pay quickly will be the key to restoring full staffing levels in control towers, with Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy planning to pay controllers 70% of their missed compensation within 48 hours of the government reopening. That's news when you want it with Bloomberg News Now. I'm Erica Herskowitz, and this is Bloomberg.